Hope you enjoy, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin and my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode of 469, a special mission. This episode deadass asks the question, what does Kakashi really look like behind his mask? I know there's been people wondering for years. Some have guessed. I mean, he's always worn that mask, even when he was a child. To the episodes when he was very young, like as a kid, he always wore the mask underneath. We never got to see what he really looks like. That is until now. I mean, Masashi Kishimoto did some artist rendering and other drawings of what Kakashi really looks like underneath the mask. And did it as part of a special showcase. He has shared image online and stuff. And a lot of people have seen it. If you're a diehard fan, if you're a diehard fan, and you probably already seen it. Anyway, let's get started on the episode. I'll try to make it as fast as possible. This episode, it's another filler, but this time it's way, way back when they were, very young and just starting out as Team 7. I mean, this is probably at least a while, way before, they're dealing before the tuning exams and stuff like that, before Sasuke left the village, before the death of the third Hokage, they were trying to find out what the hell was behind Kakashi's mask. They did an episode on that. And that was actually based out of the manga. That was back when Naruto, when it was trying to be both action-packed and humorous, But, kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, manga, you're supposed to have some humor and some action in it. Otherwise, it's going to be very dull, You can't expect all action all the time, You got to change things, This episode, they're trying to find out why Kakashi behind the mask, and they don't do it alone. They have this friend, who tries to help him, his name is Sika, Sika, he has brown hair, he wears his makeup, he does this in a big way, He helps. Apparently, he's a photographer who travels around, but he's also a former member of the Ombu. He helps the kids try to accomplish their mission and try to uncover what is behind Kakashi's face, What is he? We know that he's Kakashi, he keeps his face, hidden behind the mask, ever since he's professional, it's very interesting, you see, because it's one of the great mysteries of and a lot of fans were asking, are we ever going to see Kakashi behind his mask? Even though Kishimoto never drew it in the manga officially, and only did some few art sketching and maybe a light novel on Kakashi, but we never got to see it. Until now. Even though it's filler, I like it, but the thing is, I wish he did it in canon, I wish he did it with the main story, not just this, But if you guys know the story, then I'll try to explain the episode as best I can. After Sika overhears the conversation, he tries to help them, and try to land a picture of Kakashi, because if you can get a picture of what Kakashi really looks like behind the mask, he becomes famous, Things they try to do their best, but in the end they ended up screwing up almost every freaking time, like in that episode. What was the name of that episode? What was the number? I'll try to remember later, It's pretty comedic how they try to do their best. They employ every kind of trick they do. They try to get him to eat. They try to sneak in. And hell, they even have help from their friends. Even Naruto looked fake as a girl drowning, and it didn't work, because they kept getting distracted, and it worked, it almost worked perfectly, but it didn't, pan out, and didn't pan through in a big way, because there was always someone getting in the way, distractions, and they always got caught, or something obstructed the view, which was pretty funny, funny overall, One of the things I gotta know in this episode, Kakashi is not a fool. That means he knew all along what these kids were doing, and yet he fully supported them without letting them know that he was onto them. Like Kakashi, and he encouraged his students and teaching them how to do this. He made it look like he didn't know, but he did know. Kakashi's a master of misdirection. He's not a fool. He's a top-ranked ninja, a jonin. That means he's not an idiot. So he knew all along that these kids were doing something. He even put on in disguise. I'm not going to tell you who, but he knew all along that these kids and supported them from behind the shadows in a big way. Hey, because he wanted these kids to understand and things. One, he wanted them to work together, and he wanted them to have a common goal. Because he supported because he wanted Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura to to understand stand each other. Because these people, I mean, these guys, they're not what you call, they're not all, in sync. Because as their teacher, his job is to bring them together and to teach them the value of teamwork and how to work as a unit. Man, and making himself like the target overall, making them their common goal. That was a big thing. I mean, if you guys remember how Naruto started. Kakashi's goal was to teach them about teamwork. Uh, that was his main goal. He wanted a team that could work with each other. Even though in the end, then some of his students, didn't completely get along, and their team ended up, falling apart. We know the main story. That was his goal. Even though he did, overall, I did like the episode because it was a bit goofy. It wasn't a part of the main story because it was trying to show the comedic side of Naruto. But then Naruto's best known for having 80% of his episode being filler. In a big way. You know. But it looks like we're gonna get back to canon, and seeing Kakashi overall in the mirror, or seeing him without his mask on, was kind of worth it. And even though it was only for this one episode, if you guys want to see Kakashi with this episode without his mask on, go ahead and see it. Like I won't stop you, but I'll tell you this much: if you guys, like we're about to go back, we're about to go back in canon and we're about to go back into canon, and the filler's about to end. But I hope to God that there's no more filler. See, because Studio Parent is just milking it. We all know they're milking it. And we're getting very close to the end. Overall, that's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Owen Adams gave my latest review on Naruto Shippuden episode 469. A special mission. I'm out. Peace.